Hello, my friends. I'm so happy you're here today. If you're over 60 and looking for a simple, natural way to feel more energized, you've come to the right place. Today, we're talking about something that sounds tropical and fun, coconut water, but there's a lot more to it than just a refreshing drink. As we age, keeping our bodies balanced becomes more important than ever. Electrolytes, the minerals that help our nerves fire correctly, our muscles move smoothly, and our hearts keep a steady beat, can slip out of balance if we're not careful. This can leave us feeling tired, achy, or even dizzy. That's why, after 60, choosing the right way to replenish those electrolytes is crucial for maintaining energy levels, staying active, and enjoying life to the fullest. Over the next few minutes, we're going to explore why coconut water should be on your radar as a senior looking for gentle, natural ways to boost your energy. We'll begin by talking about why electrolyte balance matters more than ever once we hit our 60s. Then, we'll dive into exactly what makes coconut water such a standout choice. In other words, why it deserves a special place in your fridge. Along the way, I'll share simple, practical tips so you can make this tasty drink part of your daily routine, even if you've never tried it before. If you stick with me until the end, you'll have a clear plan to start sipping your way to better hydration and vibrant energy. So let's begin. First, let's think about what happens to our bodies as we age. It's amazing how much our bodies do for us every single day, pumping blood, sending messages from our brain to our muscles, balancing our fluids. But after 60, those systems can become a bit more fragile. Our kidneys don't concentrate urine as efficiently, so we might lose fluids more quickly without even noticing. Joints might feel stiffer, and simple things like bending over or walking upstairs can take a little more effort. Yet, many of us push through without paying attention to the subtle warning signs our bodies send. Feeling unusually tired, having muscle cramps, or feeling lightheaded when you stand up too fast, these aren't just normal aging. Often, they're clues that our electrolyte levels are low. Our bodies rely on minerals like potassium, sodium, magnesium, and calcium to regulate fluid balance, help nerves communicate, and support muscle function. Without enough of these electrolytes, things slow down. Your heart might pump less efficiently, your muscles might cramp when you reach for a glass, and your nerves might not fire as they should, making you feel sluggish. Many seniors assume that drinking plain water is enough. While water is essential, it doesn't replace lost electrolytes. If you've ever finished a glass of water feeling a little better but still a bit off-kilter, you know what I mean. We need something that restores both hydration and those key minerals that keep our bodies humming along. That's where coconut water comes in. Now, when you hear coconut water, you might picture a tropical beach or a fancy juice bar. But behind that tasty, lightly sweet flavor is a powerhouse of natural electrolytes. Let's talk about what's inside each cup. A single 8-ounce serving of pure coconut water contains more potassium than a medium banana, around 600 milligrams. Potassium is vital for maintaining steady blood pressure and proper muscle function, especially for older adults who are managing health conditions like high blood pressure or diabetes. Plus, coconut water has magnesium, which helps our muscles relax and supports healthy bone function. Calcium also makes an appearance, playing its part in keeping our bones strong and our hearts beating steadily. What I love most is that coconut water delivers these minerals without many of the additives or excess sugar you'll find in some store-bought sports drinks. You won't see long, hard-to-pronounce words on the label, just a clean, natural liquid that comes straight from young, green coconuts. For many of us, that means fewer worries about additives or artificial flavors. And because it's low in calories, usually under 60 per cup, it's a guilt-free way to rehydrate. Imagine sipping something sweet but not too sweet, feeling those electrolytes flow into your body, and instantly knowing you're treating yourself kindly. Let me share a quick story. Last summer, my friend Linda, who's 72, decided to test coconut water during her evening walk. She'd been noticing that by the time she finished, her legs felt heavy, and her joints ached a bit. She'd been drinking plain water, but it wasn't making a big difference. One afternoon, she picked up a chilled bottle of coconut water from her local market. By the time she finished her walk, she told me she felt lighter, like her legs weren't dragging her down anymore. She laughed and said she didn't realize how much her body needed those nutrients. Within a week, she added a small cup of coconut water to her post-walk routine, and she felt more energized to do her gardening and even tried a few easy stretches she'd been avoiding. This is exactly why I believe coconut water can be a game changer for those of us over 60. You might be wondering, when should I drink it? And how much? Great question. Think of coconut water as a gentle nudge toward better hydration whenever you need it. If you've been active, maybe you did some gardening, took a brisk stroll, or even vacuumed the house, enjoy a cup right afterward. If you wake up feeling a bit off, try sipping a glass before breakfast. And on warmer days, replace one of your cups of plain water with coconut water to sprinkle in some extra electrolytes. Of course, it's always smart to listen to your body. If you have any kidney concerns or are on medication that affects potassium levels, check with your doctor. But for most of us, 1 cup a day can make a noticeable difference without overdoing it. Here's another simple tip. If you're new to coconut water, chill it first. There's something about that cold, slightly sweet sip that feels like a gentle hug on a warm day. You can add a squeeze of fresh lime or a few mint leaves to jazz it up. Or, if you like your drinks a bit heartier, mix coconut water with a splash of pure orange juice for a citrus twist. Just be careful not to add too much juice, because you don't want to overload on sugar. The goal is to keep it natural, simple, and effective. Before we move on, remember this: as we age, small changes can yield big dividends. Adding coconut water to your day isn't about a drastic overhaul. It's about a smart, manageable tweak that supports your body's natural rhythms. By choosing coconut water, you're giving yourself a low-calorie, mineral-rich beverage that can help your muscles recover, keep your heart steady, and clear the fog of fatigue that sometimes settles in after 60. You're amazing for listening all the way through. I truly believe you're someone who cares deeply about your health. Now that we've talked about why electrolyte balance matters so much and why coconut water shines as a natural solution, let's move on to how to make this simple habit part of your everyday routine. As you begin to weave coconut water into your day, it's helpful to know exactly what to look for when you make your purchase. Not all coconut waters are created equally, and picking the right one can make a big difference in both taste and effectiveness. When you're in the grocery aisle or scanning online options, check that the label says 100% coconut water. Avoid products that list sugar, artificial flavors, or preservatives. Those extra ingredients can counteract the natural benefits we're seeking. Ideally, you'll find a brand that's cold-pressed or minimally processed, which preserves more of the electrolytes and the subtle, fresh flavor of young coconuts. If there's an organic option, that's even better. It often means the coconuts were grown without pesticides, giving you a cleaner, more wholesome drink. Another tip is to pay attention to the sodium level on the label. While coconut water naturally contains some sodium, you don't need an overly salty drink unless your doctor has advised it. A moderate sodium content helps with hydration, but if it seems high, more than 60 or 70 milligrams per serving, you may want to look for a lower sodium version. On the other hand, if you've been sweating a lot or have mild dehydration, a touch more sodium can actually help your body hold onto those fluids. In any case, keep your own health goals and medical advice in mind, and choose the variety that aligns best with what your body needs. Once you've found a brand you like, think about when you'll enjoy your coconut water. Timing can help maximize its benefits. For example, if you tend to wake up feeling a bit creaky, try having a small glass before breakfast. The electrolytes can help wake up your system and give your muscles a gentle nudge to start moving. If you enjoy a morning walk or a Tai Chi session in the garden, bring along a reusable bottle of coconut water to sip as you go. That way, you'll stay hydrated throughout the activity. Some people even keep a chilled bottle by their bedside, sipping a few ounces first thing when they rise. Over time, you'll find the moments in your daily routine when coconut water feels most refreshing. Listen to your body and let it guide you. Now, let's talk about how to make coconut water part of an enjoyable ritual rather than just another chore. Instead of chugging a full bottle all at once, consider pouring a smaller amount into a pretty glass or even a favorite mug. Adding a few ice cubes can make it feel like a little treat, something to savor between sips. If you're someone who likes a bit of variety, try mixing coconut water with a splash of unsweetened herbal tea. Ginger tea can add warmth and comfort, especially on cooler days, while a hint of hibiscus can bring a mildly tangy note that wakes up your taste buds. You can also use coconut water as a base for a gentle morning smoothie. Blend it with a handful of berries, a few slices of cucumber, and a scoop of plain yogurt for a refreshing, nutrient-packed beverage. These small rituals, drinking from a nice glass, customizing your flavors, and even taking a moment to breathe in deeply, can make coconut water feel like a self-care practice, not just hydration. While coconut water offers so many perks, it's important to remain mindful of how your body responds. Some people find that drinking too much at once can fill them up, especially if they're not used to the natural sugars and electrolytes it contains. If you notice any mild stomach discomfort, try splitting your intake into smaller sips throughout the day. For instance, have a quarter cup mid-morning, then another quarter cup after lunch, and so on. This approach gives your body a steady flow of nutrients without overwhelming your digestive system. Also, if you're managing conditions like hypertension or kidney disease, always check in with your healthcare provider before increasing your coconut water intake. They can help you balance electrolytes safely and recommend the right portion for your personal needs. Another way to keep things interesting is by using coconut water in simple recipes that feel more like treats than chores. For example, you might freeze small cubes of coconut water in an ice tray and use a few cubes in your smoothie or herbal tea. These cubes can add a mild sweetness and a pop of cooling refreshment. Or, if you enjoy a bit of a crunch, combine a half cup of coconut water with a tablespoon of chia seeds in a small bowl, stir well, and let it sit for 10 minutes. You'll end up with a chia pudding that's light, hydrating, and full of fiber, perfect for a late afternoon snack. The chia absorbs the coconut water and creates a gel-like texture that's soothing and satisfying. Not only are you boosting your electrolytes, but you're also getting the benefits of omega-3s from the chia seeds, an extra gift to your cardiovascular health. Finally, remember that maintaining electrolyte balance isn't a one-time fix, it's a daily habit. As you continue to sip on coconut water, pay attention to subtle changes: clearer skin, fewer muscle cramps, a steadier heartbeat, or just that light, energized feeling you get after a gentle stretch. These small signs show that your body is thanking you for the extra care. If you're someone who enjoys tracking, consider keeping a simple journal. Note down the time of day you drink coconut water, how you feel afterward, and any shifts in your energy or mood. Over the course of a week or two, you'll notice patterns, and that awareness itself can be empowering. Now that we've covered how to select, enjoy, and integrate coconut water into your daily life in creative ways, let's continue our journey toward optimal hydration and sustained energy. Now that we've explored how to choose, enjoy, and weave coconut water into your daily life, let's look at how a simple, regular habit can amplify your well-being over time. When you start each morning with a mindful sip of coconut water, you're giving your body a fresh reservoir of electrolytes, potassium, magnesium, calcium, that help your nerves fire properly and your muscles move with ease. As the weeks go by, you may notice that early morning stiffness softens and those little twinges in your joints begin to ease. That steady stream of hydration supports healthier skin, too. Your complexion might look a touch more vibrant, and dryness could lessen as your cells stay plumper and more elastic. As your body grows accustomed to this gentle boost, you'll likely find your energy levels more consistent. Instead of that post-lunch slump or dragging feet mid-afternoon, you'll feel a steady, gentle uplift. Perhaps you once needed a nap after lunch, but now, after sipping coconut water beforehand, a short rest leaves you feeling truly refreshed, as though your body had the resources it needed to recover properly. Even a leisurely read in your favorite chair can feel more enjoyable, because you're not fighting that foggy, heavy feeling. Over time, you'll become more attuned to subtle signals your body sends. One morning, you might wake up feeling slightly off, your tongue feels dry, your legs feel tight. Instinctively, you reach for a glass of coconut water, and 15 minutes later, you feel more balanced. That's your body thanking you for the extra care. By paying attention to these hints, thirst unquenched by plain water, mild muscle cramps, or a racing heartbeat during simple activities, you can fine-tune your intake. Some days you'll sip a full glass. Other days, just a few ounces are enough. This intuition isn't guesswork, it's the gentle wisdom your body offers when you treat it with respect. Of course, coconut water isn't a magic potion that fixes everything instantly. It works best as part of a balanced lifestyle. Continue to move in ways you enjoy, whether that's a morning stroll around the neighborhood, gentle yoga in the garden, or low-impact strength exercises you can do while watching your favorite show. Combine your coconut water habit with meals rich in vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains, foods that complement the electrolytes and vitamins you're getting from that fresh drink. For instance, toss a colorful salad of spinach, cherry tomatoes, and chickpeas alongside a piece of grilled fish. Or sauté broccoli and peppers with a touch of olive oil, and pair them with brown rice for a wholesome dinner. These nutrient-dense meals, paired with your coconut water, help keep your blood sugar steady and your muscles nourished. If you've been waiting for a sign to start small but meaningful changes, let this be it. Imagine taking that moment each day, pouring a glass of coconut water, feeling its coolness, and noticing how your body responds. Then, you step outside for a brisk walk, or perhaps you spend a few minutes stretching your arms toward the sky. Each action reinforces your choice to care for yourself. And over days and weeks, those choices stack up, quietly but powerfully shifting how you feel, both physically and mentally. Every now and then, you might experiment with simple recipes that elevate your coconut water routine into something special. On a warm afternoon, freeze coconut water into small cubes and toss a few into a glass of unsweetened herbal tea for a subtly fruity twist. If you crave a little crunch, stir a half cup of coconut water with a tablespoon of chia seeds in a small bowl, let it sit for 10 minutes, and enjoy a refreshing chia pudding that's light, hydrating, and full of fiber. Not only do you boost your electrolytes, but you also gain the benefits of omega-3s from the chia seeds, an added gift for your heart health. As you continue this journey, you may realize that simple choices lead to surprising results. Perhaps you notice fewer muscle cramps, a steadier heartbeat during daily chores, or an easier time balancing while you stand. Maybe your sleep feels deeper because your body wasn't waking you up with mild dehydration or restless limbs. Or you might find that you're less sensitive to the midday heat, those extra electrolytes helping your body stay cool and calm. These small victories add up, reminding you that age is not a barrier but an invitation to be attentive to what your body needs. If you ever feel uncertain about how much coconut water is right for you, remember that moderation and listening to your body are key. If you have health concerns, perhaps you're on medications that affect your potassium levels or you've been advised to watch your sodium intake, check in with your healthcare provider. Together, you can determine the ideal portion for your unique needs. For most of us, one modest glass a day creates a foundation for better hydration without overwhelming our kidneys or causing discomfort. Before we wrap up, let's reflect on the bigger picture. After 60, life holds so many possibilities. Time with grandchildren, leisurely hobbies, breakfasts on the patio, or evening chats with friends. By choosing coconut water, you're not just drinking a beverage. You're investing in your ability to embrace each of those moments. Imagine sipping coconut water before a gentle yoga class at sunrise, then laughing with friends over a simple lunch. Picture ending the day with a cool glass after a walk in the park, knowing you've supported your body's needs. Each sip becomes part of a tapestry of care, resilience, and joy. If you found this guidance helpful, I'd love to hear how coconut water changes your routine. Share your experiences in the comments below. Maybe you have a favorite way to enjoy it, a unique recipe you've invented, or simply a moment when you noticed a difference. And if there are other topics you're curious about, more ideas for gentle meals, soothing beverages, or exercises tailored for those of us embracing life after 60, please let me know. Your feedback helps shape content that truly serves your needs. Remember, small changes create lasting impact. Every glass of coconut water is a step toward better hydration, sustained energy, and a brighter outlook. Here's to living your best life, one mindful sip at a time. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, comment, and let me know what you'd like to see next.